tricking us, the consumer, cheating us, the consumers, that they are environmental friendly. What is greenwashing? Does greenwashing exist? What is that like, by the way? So I want us to look at what exactly is that. And of course, this comes as a warning to you, a lookout appeal for you. And with these issues of climate change, every now and then we have been told of how we have polluted our environment. We have been told of how we need to save our environment. We have been told of how we need to change our lifestyles. We have been told of how we need to plant more trees, how we need to take care of our resources, how we need to do away with the plastic waste. We have been told about all these things. And of course, we have also been shown to our eyes, in front of us, evidences of what climate change is like. And of course, what can happen if this continues. And we have made agreements internationally, at country levels, at even individual levels, if you have, and if you haven't, then you need to. And all these things, all this is good news. All this is good news. And of course, if you take an action, I take an action, finally we are going to save the world from climate change, or we're going to save the world and make it a better place. Remember, this is the world that we need to pass to our future generations. They need to find it also habitable. Okay, so but now what is happening? There's a trend. It is more prominent with this going green thing, this being an environmental activist. All these people are now conscious of the environment and the effects that can happen if we do not take care of our environment. If we neglect our environment, we know what is in for us. So now companies are coming up, including individuals, brands, coming up and saying of how their products are environmental friendly, how their products do not pollute the environment. It doesn't matter what sector this is. It comes from the mining industry. We have seen, if you have not read this, you need to go and do the research or find out the history of where these environmental terms like carbon footprint came from. It was brought up by the petroleum industries, petrol stations, petrol drillers and producers. Those came terms like carbon footprint. Do you really think they did that with the good, or with the in good faith? Of course, we know fossil fuel is one of the biggest causes, or one of the products that cause global warming, that results to climate change. So now a petroleum company coming up, or a fossil fuel company coming up and telling us about carbon footprint, you can be able to tell, or you can see there is something that is not very straight. I'm not saying it's wrong. Petrol stations, petroleum industries, and even other more destructive companies and sectors come up, and of course they really manage and they really put strategies in place on how they're going to deal with the waste and how much they are harming the environment. That's okay. But now companies, brands, and like I said, producers have come up with ways of tricking us, the consumer, cheating us, the consumers, that they are environmental friendly. Makeup, say for example, the industry, you will see a product that says it is eco-friendly. That meaning it takes care of the environment. All the products that are there are not going to cost the environment. But is that true? It is important that you check out what these companies, what these producers call environmental friendly. The products and even the services they offer, they refer to them as environmental friendly. So if a company is going to use money, if a company is going to use resources to say of how their products or services are environmental friendly, whereas this is not really the truth, then that is greenwashing. That is what is termed as greenwashing, where a company uses its money or its resources for marketing. But in the real sense, or the back end, they are doing very little, or at least nothing, to deal with the harm they're causing to the environment. So every time, it has been seen through studies that 66% And 71% of the millennials, remember we are in this stage of millennials, we are the people who are now consuming the most. We have been found that 71% of the millennials are now shifting towards environmental friendly services and products. So now companies and brands now take advantage of that and pretend to be environmental friendly, and they take these and even put it on labels on their products. They have labels, they say they are environmental friendly, their products don't cause environmental harm, but in most cases it could be wrong. I'm not saying all environmental brands are not truly environmental. I'm just saying this is a trick that marketers are using so that they can cheat you, so that they can get your attention. And especially if you are a person who is now more environmental conscious and you want to shift to brands and companies that are more environmental conscious, then of course you will end up buying products that are not environmental friendly, but because in their marketing they said it is environmental friendly. Now that is greenwashing. So see, that is the definition of greenwashing. Be cautious out there side there as you move towards sustainability, as we move towards environmental sustainability and environmental conscious lifestyles. Also be cautious, take a step further and try and research and also see how these companies who say they are environmental friendly, how well they do that. Otherwise, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. If you have watched this point and you have not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit on the subscription button. Also make sure to hit on the notification bell so that the next time I post a video you are notified. But till then, keep safe and look out for green washers.